Some of you have self-doubts when manifesting your desires because you are always concerned with whether the thing you desire is possible to manifest or not. Some of you are concerned about it because you think that the desire is greater than yourself. It is very common because shifting from one reality to a completely different one can seem impossible for some. Sometimes I come across comments such as, "Hey, I know the concept of living from the end, but can I manifest a specific person who has not talked to me in the past 5 years?" When I read these comments, I wonder, do they even understand what living from the end is? Because if they did, they wouldn't have asked such questions. Then there are some other people who ask the same question in the comment sections even when the answer has already been given in the video. Their main concern is whether or not their desire will be realized. That's why sometimes I don't respond to the comments. I think making a video would somehow answer their queries. I don't answer specific questions because I don't do one-on-one coaching. So, by reading all these comments, there is one thing that is common. They want to know the possibility of manifesting their desire, and in today's video, I will clear this doubt of theirs in the most straightforward manner possible. To start with, let me ask you, have you heard before that there are infinite versions of you that exist right now? Have you heard that there are infinite realities that are different from this present reality of yours? In the present reality, the present version of you is watching this video. In another reality, a different version of you is on a beach flexing his body in yet another reality. A version of you is in a casino winning lots of money. And there is also a version of you with a big belly laying on the couch eating pizza and complaining about the political parties. I only mentioned a very few versions of you that exist. There are infinite versions of you that you can comprehend via your imagination. Even if you close your eyes and listen to the last paragraph, your imagination will start playing its part and will show you how these versions would look, what they would wear, how they would travel, which beach they are on, whether they are eating pepperoni pizza, which city they are in, and everything else. All these versions exist in your imagination, and imagination creates reality. Your present version is created through your imagination. The choices you made in the past led you here. So, the point I want to make here is that everything that you can imagine is possible. Listen to me once more and play this again and again. Make a tattoo on your arm that says, "Everything I can imagine is possible." If your mind can conceptualize it, it is possible. Everything came out of imagination. This smartphone, the clothes you are wearing, the bed you sleep on, everything. So, does that mean you can change your past mistakes? Of course you can, because the past you are talking about is a memory of an incident. Right now, if you play it in your mind, you experience it only in the present moment. In a way, every time you tell a story about what happened in the past, you are persisting in that story. It is up to you to choose that version of yourself. Can you imagine kissing a specific person? No? Then change this scene. Can you imagine hugging them? No? Then change this one too. Can you imagine holding their hands? No? Then change your specific person or get clear about your desire. Whenever I read comments that say, "Oh, I want this, but I can't imagine having it," stop lying. You can lie to me and to every other person who reads your comments. But stop lying to yourself. If you desire it, you automatically imagine it. Didn't you imagine taking your high school crush on a date? Later, that happened. So, stop saying that to me and someone else, that you can't imagine. When you're saying that, it is itself an act of imagination. Imagination is not limited to visuals only. You can also affirm. Instead, write, "I cannot visualize," and if that is the case, use affirmations. So, everything you can imagine can manifest and is 100% possible. Your current circumstances that are telling you that it is impossible are just your past assumptions reflecting back to you. Ask yourself, what are you aware of being right now? Are you aware that you are someone who is poor? If that is the case, your subconscious is shaping your reality to match what you are aware of. Are you aware that you are someone who is financially independent? If yes, then reality is shaping up in a way that supports this assumption of yours. Anything will happen, and you will achieve the financial independence you've always desired. You don't know how it will happen, but one thing is clear, it has already started happening. The choices you have made up until now have landed you here, and the choices you will make now will move you on a different path. It is all about what you choose every moment, which is why it is always said to think positively by every person who has achieved some kind of success in their life. Changing your name to optimistic will not help you, but changing your attitude to a positive one will surely help you. Now my question to you is, which version of yourself are you aware of being? Which reality are you choosing right now? Are you choosing to think of someone who is successful, or are you choosing to think of someone who is a failure? Everyone in this world has been given this tool of imagination. Some use it wisely, while others misuse it. Its application is in your hand. You can have that specific person, you can have that car, you can have that house, you can have that job. If you can imagine yourself being the person who is in a relationship with that specific person, owning that car, living in that house, and doing that job, then you can manifest it, and it is possible. I know you can imagine that version of yourself, so start living from that reality and start persisting in those assumptions, because an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. While you are here, you can assume any desire for yourself and those you love. Then you can dare to believe in what you have assumed. And if you continue your assumption, you will express it. There are countless stories of people who made it possible. You can also be that story if you stay focused and keep assuming the state of wish fulfillment. So, I hope you learned something wonderful today. Subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. I will meet you with another golden nugget. Happy manifesting.